Hi everybody, good evening. I know you're all out there watching the Olympics probably tonight, but I figured I would join you for a little announcement because I have something amazing that I'm going to be giving away. And let's just wait for a minute and see if anybody joins us tonight. Yeah, it's late here on the East Coast. It's past my bedtime, but I figured the other day we did a middle of the day Q&A, and I answered some questions with my very good friend Lisa and her adorable baby Millie. So some of you were with us, and I know all you working mamas could not join us because it was noon in the middle of the day, and I totally feel you. So I figured we'd just come back tonight and do a giveaway and maybe a few questions and answers and just chat and hang out and see you guys because I love this, right? I love being able to see you guys. And hi, yes. Okay, so let's just first of all start with this amazing product because one of my favorite things, and I just love working with Laura, who is the owner of Back Buddy. Okay, she's the designer. She's a nursing mom. Her husband's a chiropractor, and the two of them created and designed this amazing product for basically everybody. I mean, Joe and I use it all the time, and it's literally sitting here on our couch, not because I'm doing this video with you tonight, but because we use it all the time, whether it's sitting up in bed or sitting on the couch. But it's fantastic. I mean, really fantastic thing. But it's especially good for anyone who's pregnant or anyone who's breastfeeding because it completely holds and hugs your body. And even if you're bottle feeding, either way, sitting there with a baby, you know, your arms, your shoulders, your neck, everything gets tired. So being able to be supported is really awesome. So I'm just going to show you this right now because I love it so much. And they come in the cutest patterns too. This is like one of my favorite patterns here. It's just like so classic. And it's so good because it's like you can keep it in your living room. It looks like part of the furniture, as you can tell. It kind of matches my decor here. Anyway, this is the Back Buddy by Mom Essentials. And I'm going to explain to you, see that the structure of it is the side here, it kind of hugs you and you put it behind you like this. So when you're sitting on a couch or you're sitting, let's see if I can get it right here. If you're sitting on a couch or you're sitting in a chair where you want to be held up, I'm kind of far away from the back of the couch here. It's kind of odd. Let's do this here. I'm going to move. I didn't think that out very well, Joe. Okay, let's do this because here we go. I was sitting kind of in the corner. So sitting back, I'm still not good. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I got it. Okay, so sitting up like this, see? You can see now. When I sit, it's holding my back. You know what, Joe? Come demonstrate for me. Come demonstrate. Because I can't sit back and talk at the same time here. Okay, so we're going to show how Joe sits with the Back Buddy. Here we go. Come on and sit down. He's like, what are you talking about? Okay. There you go. See, Joe always sits with the Back Buddy. Okay. So when Joe sits with the Back Buddy, you can see, now you can breastfeed in such a good position like this, okay? So what this does is it basically holds you straight up so that when you're trying to nurse, the baby is coming to you versus you leaning forward or sinking into the couch. You're actually able to sit straight up and have your whole back supported this way, right?
I use it to work on my MacBook and read.
Definitely.
I'm not breastfeeding anymore.
You're not breastfeeding anymore. So, and it also gives you awesome lumbar support too. So in the back here, there's like, it kind of comes out so that it supports your lower back. It gives you that lumbar support. And I've just had, do any of you guys have one of these? I know you want one. Everybody's saying I want one, but do anybody have one so you can tell us how much you love it? Because I know that so many of us have used this and just can't say enough good things. So I know a lot of you really, really need one. What I'm going to do is we're going to be giving one away. Tell me a little bit about why you need it, what's going on, and we're going to pick a winner, okay? And I'll be announcing that, let's say this weekend, tomorrow night, maybe Saturday. We'll give it a day, okay? For everybody kind of give us a little bit of just give a comment here and we will pick a winner and someone will get one of the Back Buddies. But the very great thing is that Back Buddy, for all of you guys who may not win, is also giving us an awesome code so that if you want to get one, now is the time, okay? Now is the time. It's going to be $20 off the Back Buddy on her website. So you can go to back-buddy.com and Joe's going to post it here in the comments. And you use the code it's SCWBW16, okay? SCWBW16. Joe's going to post it one more time. SCWBW16. And you get $20 off the Back Buddy. So that's an awesome offer, okay? Awesome. How's everybody doing tonight? You guys watching the Olympics? You're all on here. There's Joe. Okay, Joe just posted it for you guys. Yeah, you're nursing your 6-week-old baby. Would love to. You would love this. It would be great for you. Okay, awesome. I hope you got somebody. Yeah, 37 weeks pregnant, nursing nights. Awesome. Everybody needs a Back Buddy. Okay, how about we do a few Q&A questions because this is one of the opportunities I have to answer your abundance of questions that come in on my wall here. Everybody's got a question. So how about Phelps is about to swim. She's telling me Phelps is about to swim. Okay, well, we could actually show him swimming. Okay, let's do that for a minute. Okay, we'll take a break here and we'll show him swimming. Go ahead, turn on the TV. Everybody wants to see Phelps swimming. Okay, is it on right now? All right, he's about to swim. As soon as he comes on, I will broadcast it. Oh, all right, here he comes. And then we will come back for some Q&A. Ready? All right, he's not doing it yet. So let's get to one of the questions here. One question was, this question came from Karina, and Karina was asking about, let's see, her question is, my son is 4 weeks old and I feel that I start off with a good latch, but somehow it seems that he's not opening his mouth wide enough. And when he does, his tongue pushes my breast out to the end, sucking and ends up sucking the nipple. How do I get him to have a better latch? He's exclusively breastfed. Okay, very, very good question. And the answer to that is you want to pull him in closer. And that's where the Back Buddy is actually going to help because it's going to help to sit her up or sit you up. So the best way to keep the baby latched onto the breast and not coming to the tip of the nipple is to hold the baby and support the baby closer. You don't ever want to push on the back of the baby's head. That's a no-no, okay? Never push on the back of the baby. That causes the baby to have a reflex where they pull back. So you're basically pushing on their lower back or their upper back. On their upper back, like between the shoulder blades, and that's gonna hold the baby closer to the breast. It keeps their mouth wide open and they don't go to the tip of the nipple. This is also really good for anybody who's experiencing some biting too, if you're having that kind of an issue. So holding the baby closer is going to avoid that. So that was a really good question. I don't think we're gonna broadcast Phelps. I think we are going to wait here. Because I think everybody actually is very interested in these questions and answers here. So, all right, let's see. You want to watch Phelps? How long is the race? Who wants me to pause and come back? Because Joe really wants to watch it. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see.
Go Phelps! Go Phelps!
All right. We're watching the race. We're watching the race here.
Is he in the frame or not?
What? He's not. Keep going. Oh, Lucky.
Is he blocking?
Oh, Lucky. Okay, I'm waiting, Diana. I'm waiting. I see you guys. All right, we're getting there. Where is he? Is he in the front? Yeah.
They're side by side.
Oh, he's gonna do it. All right. He's amazing. Going for gold.
Going for the record.
Going for the record. Yes, we are doing a breastfeeding Q&A. Yes, we are in the middle here. But some things just have to come first. There he is. Go, go, go. Oh my God. Oh, you're waiting for a back buddy? Well, hopefully you're going to win this one. And he wins! Yay! Okay.
You're dancing.
Awesome. Now back to breastfeeding. For that little intermission. Yay! Yay, Michael Phelps just won. Okay, cool. So let's get back to our Q&A here. We had to take a little break. Hey, listen, you improvise. Things are happening. The world is going on and we're doing our thing and having a great time and, you know, awesome. Anyway, number 1, USA. Woo! Okay. Somebody was just asking a question. I'm going to scroll back for a second because she just asked me a question about milk supply, and I really want to answer it, and I missed it. Now, where is it? Oh, my goodness. Okay. I will come back to it. I don't know where it was. I like lost it in the middle here. Okay. Kaylin, 11-week-old, exclusively breastfeeding. My supply has seemed to calm down, but then has been cluster feeding the last few days. My supply is crazy again, engorged and some leaking. Is my supply crazy because of the cluster feeding? The answer is yes, because probably the baby had a growth spurt. I talked about this actually on Tuesday for a little while, about how babies have normal growth spurts somewhere around 2 to 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 3 months, and then again around 6 months. So your baby's 11 weeks old, around the 3-month mark. Very, very normal that you would start to see cluster feeding. And that means that the baby's going through a growth spurt. And during that growth spurt, they're going to want to eat more because they actually need more food. And the way that the baby's going to stimulate you to make more food is by nursing more frequently. And then what's going to happen is a day or so of nursing more frequently, those cluster feedings, you're going to bounce back with that engorgement that you're noticing right now. So you're going to bounce back with a lot more milk. And then, yes, your supply seems crazy. And it is because of the cluster feeding, but then it normalizes out again within a few days. So yeah, that's really normal. Your body's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. So perfect. Olivia is asking, that my nursling is starting to spit up after every feed. Is there something I can do? He's almost 5 months old and has started a few weeks ago, and it wakes him up at night. Help. Okay. The number one thing that I see that causes that kind of spitting up is first of all, 2 things actually. One thing is that you're probably make a lot of milk. So there's a good supply, and you're probably noticing that the baby's gulping really hard right at the beginning of the feeding. And you can say yes if that's the case. If the baby's gulping a lot during the feeding, the baby seems to be, the milk's pouring down, the baby will get a lot more than possibly what the baby needs. And so you may see some spit up with that. The other reason that happens is because as the baby's getting so much and gulping so hard, the baby's also swallowing a lot of air. And so what happens is the baby needs to burp throughout the feeding. And somehow, I don't know, we think like after we're done with a side or after we're done with the feeding, then you finish the feeding with a burp, and that could be the case for some people. But if you're one of those people who makes a lot of milk and you hear a lot of gulping and the baby's kind of tensing up during the feeding, you need to take the baby off frequently, sometimes up 4, 5, 6 times during the feeding, depending on how full and how hard the baby's swallowing, to get those little air bubbles out. Because if you're not burping enough, the baby will burp and then eventually spit up, which is okay. Most likely there's more milk going in than the baby actually needs. If you're not having issues with weight loss and, the baby's still peeing and pooping and fine and sleeping, there's no issue. You just need to do extra laundry, I guess. You're going to need a lot of shirts and you're going to need a lot of burp pads because the baby she'll just have milk all over you all the time. That's fine. But try getting the burps out because you'll find that the baby's a lot more comfortable too. Like you said, it wakes him up at night. Yeah, that's the gas. Okay. That's from not burping. Let's see. Okay. Let's answer another question off of the off my Facebook page here that was left for me. Somebody was asking about, okay, Amber wrote to me and said that that she noticed that she has a white spot on her nipple, okay, that won't go away. It's been there for a few months already. She's tried several things. She's nursing in weird positions. She's tried to pop it with a needle, to pumping, hot showers, baths, feeding and pumping. What is it? Hardened milk they'll never get. Okay, so lots of times you'll notice that you can have a plug somewhere within the breast and it'll feel like a lump. But you can also get a plug right in the nipple where it looks white and it actually is milk that has solidified inside one of the holes or the ducts, the outlets coming out of the nipple, and it can plug it up and prevent milk from flowing from that spot. One of the best ways, nursing, pumping, all those things are going to help to pull out that plug. But one of the best ways to do that is you want to soften it up first. Taking a hot shower can help, but you really need to get more intensity right onto that plug itself. So what I recommend is take like a bowl with hot water and, as hot as you can tolerate without burning your skin. Take a nice big bowl, put it down on the table, and then kind of lean over and put your breast right into the bowl, okay? So you're kind of giving your breast a jacuzzi, okay? Give your breast a bath and like kind of stick your whole breast in and let the nipple soak and the breast soak right into the hot water. That will help to loosen it up, cause it to get softer. And sometimes when you do that, you can actually even pull it out, or nurse the baby immediately and it'll disappear. It's okay if the baby swallows that, so don't worry about it, okay? Or you can pump. But that white thing in the nipple is usually a plug, and you do want to take care of it. It's going to hurt. Your nipple's going to hurt when you have that, and also it can back up other areas of the breast so that milk's actually not flowing, and then eventually can cause mastitis or can even decrease milk supply. Because remember, if you're not expressing for whatever reason that is, and it could be not just because you're not nursing, but because you can't get the milk out, that could decrease your supply as well. So I think that's important. Let's see. Okay, let's answer a question here. Alicia just asked, how often should I really be sterilizing my pump parts? I wash with soap and hot water every night and have been sterilizing once a week. Should I be sterilizing more often than that? Actually, I would say that you could sterilize less often than that. When it comes to pumping and breast milk, typically I recommend sterilizing your parts just once, like when you first take them out of the box, when they first come from the manufacturer, that would be the time to sterilize parts. That means, you know, follow the manufacturer's recommendations, whatever it says on the package, use a steam sterilizer or boil the parts, you know, per the recommendations for that first feeding, for that first pumping session, okay? But after that, I don't really recommend sterilizing when it has to do with breast milk. Hot soapy water, the dishwasher, air drying, that's all fine. You don't really need to sterilize them even on a weekly basis, okay? Why is that? Because this is very different than when you're using formula. And if you're combo feeding, if you're doing any formula, we talked about this the other day about possibly keeping your bottles separate so that you have certain bottles that you use for formula, certain bottles that you use for breast milk if you're doing both. Because the ones that are for breast milk, the parts and the bottles themselves don't need to be sterilized. Breast milk, it's really, really hard to grow bacteria within the breast milk. So, you know, you're just not, it's not going to grow the same way. Parts are not don't need to be sterilized, just hot soapy water. But when it comes to using formula, you do want to sterilize more frequently. It has a lot to do with the storage as well. It's very different. So I just don't like sterilizing the parts too much because they actually warp. You'll see they get really cloudy. They can warp, they can get misshapen, and they're plastic. So unless, you know, all pump parts are plastic, and the more that you do to them, the more you're breaking down that plastic. I really think that, you know, not doing that is the best thing. So hot soapy water, dishwasher, air dry, and also too, when you're at work, you don't need to wash them all the time. We've talked about this before too, of just taking your pump parts, put them in a baggie, stick them inside your cooler, and keep them cool to the next feeding. And you don't even have to rinse them in between pumping sessions, which makes life a lot easier. Save some time, and you're not walking around to the sink with your pump parts. It's quick, and you're done. Then when you get home, take all your pump parts out, wash them, stick them through the dishwasher, and then you're good to go for the next day. Look at all these questions. Oh my God, you guys, it's late. It's too late here for me to answer all these questions. Oh my goodness. I know you need a lot of questions here. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. You know what, Robin? That was actually the next question about lipase. So perfect timing, because it was actually one of the questions that was on my wall here that I needed to answer. So we will answer for both of you. Robin is asking, can you explain to me and any new mom that might experience this and not know why about excess lipase in expressed milk, why it happens, what do you do if the baby won't take the milk? Excellent question. Okay, so lipase, for a lot of you guys who don't know what that is, it's an enzyme that is in the milk. And for some moms, they have higher levels of that lipase in their milk. Now, think about it. Before the invention of breast pumps, before the invention of bottles, before any of this, we were just breastfeed before the invention of freezers and refrigeration, okay? We just breastfeed at the breast. And so that high lipase has no impact on fresh milk coming straight out of the breast. So if the baby was just to latch on, you wouldn't know anything about it, and it would not be an issue at all. However, because we do pump, because we work, because all kinds of reasons, we do pump our milk. And when we pump milk and then we freeze it to store it to use for later, the lipase can actually turn the milk kind of sour, or can give the milk a funny, soapy taste or smell to it that only happens during the storage or freezing process, okay? Now, for a lot of babies, this is not an issue because they take it anyway. They don't care. You know, it might not smell good. Like, you defrost the milk and it can have this certain smell to it. It doesn't mean that the milk is bad. If the baby will take it, just feed it to the baby. There's no problem with it. But like what Alicia's describing here, then she's describing that she stores it in the fridge. It actually, the baby's not taking it. In those cases, you obviously have to do something because you want the baby to take the milk. The best way to deal with that is to scald the milk. Now, This would be like taking a pan, like a frying pan, or like a small pot. And as soon as you pump the milk, putting it into the pan, turning the heat up until it scalds it a little bit. So you see bubbles around the edges. At that point, when you scald the milk, you can go ahead and store it. Storing it after that will usually eliminate the problem where you won't have that, that strong odor or taste to it. So I actually have a whole section in that where I actually walk through the steps in my breast pumps and briefcases program about lipase and how to scald milk, and we demonstrate it. And speaking of those classes, right now for the rest of the month, I am offering all of my breastfeeding and my cloth diapering class. That's an awesome class. I have a whole class on cloth diapering so that if anybody's interested, if they're thinking about it, if you're pregnant, you're like, what do I do? I have no idea. I didn't know either until I learned. Then I taught the class, and I have an awesome online program, and both of my other classes, all three of them are on sale, 50% off. So what's the code for that? WBW50. Okay. Joe will post it. Will you post that? Okay. Joe's going to do it right now. He's so good. He listens to me. He listens, and then but only when we're doing these live Q&As. Like, how can I get him to just like listen to what I say and then just go do it? How awesome would that be, right? When I'm live, he does it. So, no, he's really good. He's really good. I got a good one. So yeah, if you haven't watched any of the classes, now's a good time to do it. How about we give away a few viewings tonight too? Anybody want to watch the class? How about we give away 3? How about we give away 3 tonight? So 3 people. Let me know if you're one of the 3 that wants a viewing of the classes, free viewing. We'll do free viewings. 3 free viewings.
Come in 3 different classes, and they could choose which one.
Okay, and you'll get to choose which one you want. So we've got Simply Breastfeeding, and then breast pumps and briefcases, and then cloth diapering. And so if you would like to win one of those classes, let me know which one you would like, okay? And then we'll pick 3 people, and we'll give away 3 of the classes tonight. Excellent. Yes, you guys want the class? Yeah. The class is great. And also what's really good about it is, like, if you know somebody who's expecting, it's a great gift too to just order for them, because think about like when you had your baby, if you're nursing now and wishing you had some of this information that we talk about all the time, having it before you actually have your baby. Oh my God, that Simply Breastfeeding class, so much of what I go over with you guys, like some of the basic stuff that I talk about with you guys, the questions that you ask me, so much of that is already in the class. It would be so awesome to have that before you have the baby. And everybody always says, like, I wish I had this beforehand because I would have known so much more from day one. And it really just simplifies it. So yeah, a lot of people want the class. So we're going to give away 3. Okay, we'll give away 3 tonight. And then for the rest of you guys, if you want to watch, use the code WBW50. All right, and let's not forget the code for the Back Buddy tonight too. And someone's going to win this amazing Back Buddy. La la la, Back Buddy. Okay, who wants the Back Buddy? I know you want this. I know you want this. Okay. Should we answer one more question and then say goodnight? It's late for me.
To mention which class they want.
Oh, if you want the class, mention which one you want. Okay. So let me give you a recommendation. If you are pregnant and expecting, regardless of what baby this is, I don't care if it's your second, your third, your fourth, whatever, it doesn't matter. Okay. If you're expecting and you're still pregnant, then I would recommend Simply Breastfeeding. Hands down. That's the one you want to get, okay? Even if you've nursed 2 other kids, doesn't matter. Because I've had moms, like second, third babies who are like, you know, I didn't know any of this stuff and I've already nursed a few. If you, okay, are already breastfeeding and now you're planning to go back to work, or you just want to be able to pump and you don't know some of the information about lipase or about storage or about washing bottles, right? We just talked about all that tonight. You see, I keep going over the same thing. If that's the case and you want to learn more about pumping, then it would be breast pumps and briefcases, okay? And if none of that appeals to you if you're not breastfeeding, if you're not pumping, or if you've already know it all, but you're interested in cloth diapering, then that's just a really fun one because it teaches you everything. We walk you through every step, and lots of really cute babies in that video, right? We had some fun with that video. That was really cool. So that's the 3. Okay, so you'll tell me which one you want.
I'm about to post the link for Back Buddy.
Oh, okay. Joe's posting the link for Back Buddy, so you know where to go if you want to order. And the code for the promo code that Laura provided us with, okay, SCWBW 20, right? No, 16. SCWBW 16 for Laura.
Is that WBM, so WBW?
World Breastfeeding Week. Okay. Put the right code or it won't work. Okay, let's see. Maybe one more question and then we will be done for tonight. I know there was a question here. There was the lipase. That was the question we already answered, right? And then there was a question. Let's see. That was the one about opening the mouth. I can't find it. All right, let's look on here. What question did you guys have? Yeah, a couple of you guys are saying you want to watch cloth diapering. You will love it. It's awesome. Okay, my rocking chair needs the Back Buddy. Yes, it does, and so does your back. Okay. Somebody's asking about spacing. She's asking for a friend. If you're a diabetic, what is the ideal age gap to have a child before you have a big risk? You know, I'm going to just answer that in more general terms, okay? A lot of people have their kids back to back, and what studies have shown is that the ideal spacing is about 18 months. So, you know, what that means is for the second child, your body needs some time to be able to restore, get all of its stores back, to be able to give the optimal everything to the next baby. So that doesn't always work out, right? As we know, a lot of us get pregnant really quickly after. You know, it could be you can nurse and get pregnant. You can get pregnant right after you have your baby. It's not ideal, okay? The ideal time when we look at the studies shows about 18 months of spacing between is really a much more ideal time to space your children. And I think it also is really good too because kind of gives the first one that at least that first year of breastfeeding. And I hear it all the time, like moms will say, you know, I want to get pregnant right away, but I'm breastfeeding. Should I start weaning early so that I could get pregnant? And my answer is no. I think that, you know, being able to at least give that first year of breast milk to your child is the ideal. And then after that, you know, you'll probably get pregnant anyway. Your child will be sleeping more, eating solids. You can, you know, most people can get pregnant after that, but stopping breastfeeding just to get pregnant again so early is probably not an ideal situation. So that's my answer to that. 18 months is the right, it's not the right, it's the ideal time, like the question asked. Okay. Between birth to birth or between birth to conceiving? It's birth to conceiving. Birth to conceiving. So, you know, waiting about 18 months to get pregnant again is the ideal time. Again, like I said, it's not what everybody does, but it is what we know as the ideal spacing, child spacing. Waiting 18 months. Okay. Let's see. They're already telling me all these. Let's see. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to finish up for tonight because I'm super tired, and this is what happens when we do this really late. But the Olympics were on and we had to watch, and I wanted to make sure that you guys got the opportunity to win this awesome Back Buddy, and to also now we're going to do some classes tonight, and we're going to do the code tonight, and we answered some good questions. Did everybody have a good time? Did I answer some stuff? Did you learn something? I hope you learned something every time you tune in. I hope this is something that helps you. I know a lot of you have been writing to me, and I love your little messages. It's so sweet. I love hearing from each of you, and when you guys tell me like this is making a difference and that I'm helping you and that it's encouraging you, just know that that's why I'm getting on here and that's why I'm doing it with you, is because I want to know that it's actually making a difference. So, and I think it is. I appreciate you guys so much, and I love you all. And keep the questions coming, and we will keep on coming on live here, okay? And have a really awesome night. Hug your babies. My babies are at my mother's, so they're not here, my big babies. So hug your babies, and I'll see you guys soon, okay? Love you. Mwah. Good night.